A top story today comes from Telangana. Just 2 weeks after assembly elections were announced in the state, the total amount of seizure by the Election Commission has reached a record 347 crore rupees. The BRS is saying that the Congress is pumping money from Karnataka where it's in power. The BJP too has made similar claims. What does it mean for the election? We'll debate that, but first the report.
Telangana goda ఏడుస్తుంటే
Among all the 5 states going to polls this year, Telangana elections is already setting the record of being the most costliest elections to be fought in the recent past. Just 2 weeks after Model Code of Conduct came into play, various enforcement agencies have already seized inducements worth 347 crore rupees and counting. In the 2018 polls, the total seizures stood at 106 crore rupees, while this time round, that figure has already tripled, with cash, booze, narcotic substances and freebies like saris, pressure cookers and even gold flowing in from all sides. The ruling BRS has linked these unprecedented seizures to the recent raids in Karnataka, where the income tax sleuths cracked down on contractors and recovered a stash of 42 crores.
BJP is pumping money from Gujarat, Congress is pumping money from Karnataka, but what they both seem to fail to understand is pride and self-respect of the people of Telangana will come to the fore. They'll throw both of these Delhi parties and Gujarati parties out.
The BJP too called Karnataka's Congress's ATM to fund other state elections.
कर्नाटक को करप्शन में करके वहां को एक एटीएम की तरह यूज कर रही है और वहां के करप्शन में बनाया हुआ पैसा जो 50% वाली कमीशन खोर सरकार बन गई है कांग्रेस की वहां पर कर्नाटक में, वो पूरा पैसा जो है कहीं न कहीं घमंडिया रूट से जो कि तमिलनाडु में पैसा जाता है वहां से सीधा फिर तेलंगाना में आता है और उसका इस्तेमाल जो है इलेक्शन में करने वाले हैं.
But the Congress was quick to rubbish these claims, calling it a bid to hide BRS's attempts at corruption.
उन लोग जो गलती किए, जो करप्शन किए, उसको छुपाने के लिए कोशिश करे. जनता को पता है अगर कांग्रेस उतने मैदान में नहीं है तो बार बार कांग्रेस के नाम क्यों ले रहा है, कांग्रेस के खिलाफ क्यों बोल रहा है मोदी और केसीआर. इसका मतलब साफ है कांग्रेस जीतने वाले इस चुनाव में. While the political blame game continues, Telangana will witness an expensive high-stakes battle. KCR has doled out 40 lakhs to each of his candidates to fight the polls, but the actual spending per constituency will range anywhere between a minimum of 10 to 15 crores per assembly seat, going by sources within the party. In fact, the Munugode by-election was one of the costliest elections ever fought, with unaccounted expenditure tallying to a staggering 600 crores, making it costliest by-poll ever fought. This election also sets the premise for EC's specific crackdown in Telangana, with top bureaucrats being transferred over laxity. With all parties promising freebies, a range of welfare schemes and pushing candidates heavy on money power, will free, fair and transparent polls be reduced to mere phrases? Let's debate on Sensational South.
In fact, to debate this further, we have our eminent panel joining us today. We have Mr. Putta Vishnuvardhana Reddy of the BRS. We have Mr. Niranjan of the Congress. We have senior journalist Mr. Ramkrishna Upadhyay joining us. Mr. Reddy, I'll come to you first. Record seizure by the Election Commission, something that nobody will be proud of. But where is the money coming from is the big question.
Harish, it's out in the open. A couple of weeks back, about 42 crore rupees in cash was seized by the income tax officials, which was en route to Hyderabad from Karnataka. Now this cash belonged to a contractor in Karnataka whose wife seems to be a former corporator, and this family had a close ties with the Congress leaders in Karnataka. Now if you connect the dots, it's very clearly evident that the 42 crore cash was being transported from Bengaluru to Hyderabad for the purpose of funding elections in Telangana by the Congress party. Now as far as some of the reports that we had seen, 8 crores of cash was already sent to Kodangal, which is the constituency that TPCC President Mr. Jeevan Reddy is contesting on behalf of Congress. and the remaining 42 crore cash was intercepted by the income tax officials. We've been always saying that the incumbent Congress government in Karnataka has been levying election tax on the builders. 500 rupees per square feet is what we are hearing. They are levying this election tax with the only purpose, with the sole purpose to fund Telangana elections. And this is what we would definitely put out in the open, that Congress party has lost steam in Telangana. The people of Telangana are seeing what's happening in Karnataka with the dire electricity crisis, people coming onto the roads, industrialists staging dharnas, farmers protesting against the government. The 5 guarantees that were given in Karnataka are either stalled or are temporarily suspended. So the people of Telangana realize the fact that the guarantees or the
this money is coming in from Karnataka. It's funding Congress's campaign in Telangana. Mr. Niranjan, how do you counter this? Your leaders in Karnataka are saying, well, it's a raid by an agency that reports to the union government. We are fine with any sort of a probe.
They are making vague allegations against the Congress party. In fact, KCR, the Chief Minister, already well before the announcement of the elections, he dumped the money in all assembly segments of the Telangana. It's a fact. And Election Commission issued schedule on 9th October. From the day it the various departments are making checkings. They are claiming about more than 300 crores were seized in Telangana so far. But surprisingly, the income tax department rejected this claim. It is published in various newspapers of Telangana on day before yesterday. Mr. Sanjay Bahadur, Director General Investigation IT Department, mentioned only 1.7 crore rupees were seized in these checkings. I am not able to understand why, how the
in fact,
is shown
of the 94 crore rupees cash seized in Karnataka, the income tax says it was belonging to contractors who were in fact filing inflated bills. I'll bring in Mr. Ramakrishna Upadhyay here. Mr. Upadhyay, how do you look at this charge, both by the BRS and the BJP, saying that it's Karnataka which is funding Congress's Telangana election campaign?
Well, I think it's pretty much obvious, Harish. Everybody was talking about, especially the BJP and the JDS, was saying that Congress will use Karnataka as its ATM for the upcoming elections. And with all this seizures amounting to more than 100 crores, it's very clear that it is happening, and it's happening in big scale. And the contractors associations, which made tall claims about the BJP, the previous BJP government being a 40% commission government and all that. Now the very same office bearers of that association have been caught with this money. I mean, it was a vice president of that contractors association whose house was raided, and then the authorities found cash stacked in the bedrooms. I mean, so the nexus between the contractors association and the Congress is very clear, and this has come out in the open, and people are aware of what is happening, and they will, I think, teach people the right lessons. But by looking at this, I find that the KCR party is now on the back foot in Telangana because of various allegations of corruption that his government is facing, the financial mismanagement that the government has indulged in, and also it's appeasement politics. I mean, it is appeasement politics has gone beyond any kind of limits in any other state. I mean, of course, he has a very strategic alliance with the OIC's party, and that seems to have helped in the last election in 2018, and he was able to get 87 or 88 seats out of 119. and he thinks that is going to benefit his party in this election as well. But I think there has been a backlash on those the appeasement politics, and that is one of the reasons why the Congress is going all out in Telangana, and they think that then it can upset Telangana KCR's apple cart. But
Yes, in
Congress
fact,
is so much down in the dumps.
Congress
It's not
has
going to be
launched
easy
an
for them.
aggressive campaign there.
Yeah.
Yes,
But,
since
you
you
know, see,
mentioned
there-
the BRS, I will bring in Mr. Reddy. Mr. Reddy, just to put this in context, look at the numbers here. 347 crores seized so far in Telangana. If you look at the assembly elections that happened in Karnataka, which is a much bigger state with 224 constituencies, overall it was 375 crore rupees that was seized. So clearly Telangana will beat that by a long margin. We still have several weeks of campaigning left. One argument coming in here is that this kind of seizure wouldn't be possible without the MLAs of the ruling party spending money in the state. The other argument is that Congress has been out of power, so the candidates won't have that kind of a money power. How does the BRS counter this, sir?
See, Harish, it's not just Telangana that's going to polls. Along with Telangana, there are 4 other states. There are bigger states like Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and a smaller state, Mizoram. Now, if you look at the kind of money that was seized in Rajasthan, now I have a national news article I was just going through. I'm not sure if it can be clearly read by you, but even in Rajasthan, where BRS is not contesting, it's only a bipolar fight between the BJP and Congress. And just about till a week ago, 244 crore of goods and cash were seized by the enforcement authorities. Now tell me, if it's because of BRS that the kind of cash flow is being seen in Telangana, now which parties are contesting in Rajasthan, where the amount is alarmingly high? I mean, it's almost equal or more than Telangana till a week ago. I mean, 244 crore. I mean, we have the split as well. I mean, 40 crore in cash, 20 crore in illicit liquor, 46 crores in drugs, 30 crore in gold, 84 crores in freebies, and another 68 crores in other seizures. So, help me understand which parties are contesting in Rajasthan, and why is the money seized in Rajasthan more than what is seized in Telangana? Can the BJP or the Congress answer this question? There is no BRS or any other third alternative that's there in the state of Rajasthan.
Okay.
So what we are trying to say is the money that the Congress party is being funded by the Congress government in Karnataka. The BJP is being funded by the Gujarat government. I mean, these are the 2 states which are pumping money into Telangana, which is being seized by the enforcement authorities, and that's the reason why
Mr. Reddy,
you see a huge,
that's a fair
huge
point.
amount of
None
cash
of these
being
parties
seized.
perhaps can claim that they are any different. But the larger question many are asking is, we have both these parties, whether it's the BRS or the Congress, going ahead with their welfare schemes, either promise or Mr. KCR has already implemented several of those. Despite that, this kind of a high amount of cash as well as other freebie seizure that's happened in Telangana, does it make several people wonder if a free and fair election is possible in the state? It's a similar question for Rajasthan as well. But since we're debating Telangana today, do you think there will be question marks on whether it's a free and fair election with this kind of seizures that have happened?
See, it will be free and fair as far as the BRS party is concerned. Now, if you see the transfers that have happened over the past 2-3 weeks in Telangana, all the senior top bureaucrats, IAS and IPS officials have been transferred out of their, including the police commissioner of Hyderabad. So we are welcoming the move by the central government election commission, and we are ensuring that a free and fair election takes place in Telangana. Now all the officials in key roles were transferred out. The new postings were done by the election commission, and the entire bureaucracy is under the vigilance and under the control of the election commission. The government has nothing to do with the postings, number one. And number two, for us, for BRS party, we have in Honorable CM KCR Garu an impeccable leader who delivered on more than 95% of the promises we made in our last manifesto. And even not just what we promised in manifesto. I mean, we delivered on the popular welfare schemes like the Raitu Bandhu and Kalyan Lakshmi, which were not even part of the manifesto. They were all delivered successfully. And the line that we are taking into the people is development and welfare agenda. We are not looking at other aspects of political management. We are only focusing on the development agenda, and the people of Telangana have repeatedly
Okay,
since
you're saying
2018
development. Mr.
has
Ramakrishna
given us a
Upadhyay,
clear mandate in each and every
Mr.
election.
Ramakrishna Upadhyay, how do we look at this? We look at all these southern states. We have seen money being a crucial factor in elections and welfare schemes promised by various parties. We have seen that happening in Tamil Nadu for a very long time. Whether you call it a freebie or a guarantee, we have seen it in Tamil Nadu. We've seen it in Karnataka, now in Telangana as well, ever since KCR came to power, and Congress also joining that strategy now. How do you see this? Do you see this as the voter wanting more, or do you see this as desperation from political parties to come to power at any cost?
I think it's desperation, on behalf of the political parties, and it's most unfortunate that the Election Commission and the courts, especially the Supreme Court, are helpless. When these parties are making all kinds of promises which they cannot keep, and they will keep it at the cost of the state exchequer. So I think there is a time has come for the
Yes.
courts to intervene and tell these political parties whatever promises you want to make, you should tell us how we are going to fund it.
Yes, in fact, we'll have to see if the Supreme Court wants to intervene in this issue, or this culture of offering freebies and also guarantees continues, especially in southern India. Well, that's all in this debate. We would like to thank all our guests. But on the other side, we'll get you more stories from